Hi guys, so we're gonna be looking at a couple of trade ideas. So these are the trade ideas that I have. So the pound JPY, euro JPY, USD JPY. So you can see that and these are all gonna be shorts. So I'm heavily bullish the Japanese yen. So I think before we start, let's just look at the Japanese yen futures just to understand what's happening with the Japanese yen. So try to see if we can build any case for this trade. So this is the Japanese yen futures. You can see an extremely bearish, currency, and this is all the data that we have. Okay, it's an extremely bearish currency, but looks like we've been trying we tried to move to the upside right here, and then the continuation persisted, and right now it looks like we are back. We are gonna be coming back to this level right here, from which we might possibly get a move higher, or this level right here. So one of these two levels, it's gonna give us something. And if we look at the monthly, we don't have enough data on trading view on this currency, so yeah, we don't have enough data. But looking at the CFDs and the cross pairs, you can see that there is actually a potential area of turning right here. So we might possibly get something like this. If not there, we might possibly get it here. One of these two areas, they look very interesting, but we're not gonna make any prediction, which only gonna react. So we're not gonna blindly just take these trades. We're gonna first wait for confirmation, and not on the futures, but then on the CF. The futures are just there to add the confluence, not on the futures, but rather on the CFDs, because even when we took that JPY trade, we are approaching this point there. We are approaching this point, so it only made sense for us to short. So now this is gonna be quite a counter trend trade, but on the CFDs it's not a counter trend, it's a trend trade. So this logic is starting to appeal, starting to make more sense. So let's see how we're going to. So this is the rationale from the futures point of view. So now let's see how we're going to anticipate this trade on the CFDs. So if we go right here on the CFDs, let's start with the pound. So on the pound, if we go on the monthly, guys, we can see this was a very strong monthly level. This is a very nice level of this is a very nice supply level. So from here, I'm very much expecting there's a high probability that we get a little bit of a retracement, maybe even up to this level here. Then if the market is gonna keep continuing up, that's when we might get our continuation. But I'm anticipating that we're gonna get a little bit of a retracement right here before moving higher. So this on the pound yen. So how am I going to make this entry? And so now let's go on the weekly. On the weekly, we can already see that the weakness is there because we broke this structure here. We broke this structure right here. You can see we closed below here on the weekly. We brought the structure close below, So this might actually be a continuation. This might actually be at the start of a new trend. It might actually be the start of, say, look at that, come down here, maybe come up here, then start moving lower. So we'll see if we get a new high, or we're gonna start moving lower. So that's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating that we're gonna start moving lower actually. Then let's look at the daily. If there's there's nothing that here that tells us that we might be going lower. But on the 1 hour, I'm just gonna remove this. On the 1 hour, within this weekly, within this monthly level, we have this level right here on the 1 hour. So the moment we get inside here, I'm anticipating get inside, then maybe consolidate a little bit before getting a move to the downside. So this is my expectation, and then wait for confirmation, of course, because I want to first see that exhaustion before taking the trade. Once we see that exhaustion is when it's confirmed, then there's a move, then we can take a trade on the retracement of that move. Then I think same logic, all these pairs are correlated, but I'm gonna take all of them at once if I get the opportunity. All of these, so the levels are similar and the logic is gonna be similar as well, because they are all correlated pairs. They are the Japanese yen cross pairs, so they are all correlated. If you look at the weekly, here you can see the weekly, we had a break right here, might be a new start, the start of a new trend, come up here, continue to a downside possible, and then the dollar as well. Oh, actually looked at the 2 weekly on the, this is I'm supposed to be looking at the weekly. So here you can see right here on the week that there's some sort of exhaustion coming, and then on the dollar also you can see that looks like we are coming right here, move, maybe we make an equal high before moving lower. So that's kind of like what I'm expecting on of all these pairs. And here you can see the levels, on the 1 hour the levels are pretty much similar. You can see we have this level here, and then we have another one up here. So I don't know which one is gonna hold. We'll just wait and make a reaction afterwards. But yeah, this is the expectation, and this is my trade ideas. But of course the market can always just go straight up, guys. I don't know it all, and I'm not claiming to, so the market can always just go straight up. So this is a game of probabilities. It's highly unlikely that it's gonna go down, but it might as well just go up. So we'll see. That's why we wait for a confirmation before we make the entry. So yeah, this is the other trade, and yeah, I think that's all. We'll see you guys next time when we get at least some exhaustion, some confirmation, or there's another new trade idea. Cheers.